Okay. Um, Time of recording. This is day 77 in a row, and it is 9:30 at night. Uh, I've woken up. I was asleep before this, and I woke up and I went, I've got to get to bed, and I need to do my video today. 77 days in a row, officially, of uploading videos to YouTube. Today I sorry, I'm going blank. Today I got in a kayak and I rowed for a little longer than I expected. I was expecting to row for about 2 hours today. Get out on the ocean and row. Not in the ocean, the river, open channel connected to the ocean. And it ended up being significantly longer than I anticipated. Ended up rowing for about 4.5 hours today, and by the end I was taking breaks and I couldn't do it. And I was like, I'd row a bit, I'd be rowing, and I'd stop and I'd be like, I'm cooked. Like my body is spent, and I'm like looking around in this open body of water, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. Nah, I was confident I'd make it home, but I'm definitely spent. I'm so exhausted. Left at 11:30 this morning. Went rowing to where I wanted to go to. I rowed to about 2.5 hours to get to a particular restaurant to have a meal, and then rowed back, which took about another 2 hours. My right arm is cooked. My right arm, I can't. It hurts a lot. But I feel good, and I'm proud of myself. Never done something like that before, of that size of magnitude. So great training as far as the high rocks goes, and I feel positive about myself. It's been an incredible holiday, and I feel recharged, and still doing these videos every day and remaining committed to myself, which is nice. A little nervous that there's only 23 days left, i.e. almost 3 weeks left until this 100 days is meant to finish, and we'll assess how it went from beginning to end. My one letdown would be that my weight is nowhere where I want it to be. I'd say my cardiovascular fitness level is probably not where I would like it to be, but that's okay. We've got 3 weeks, and a lot can change in 3 weeks. So I think part of this holiday is that I've not had a proper holiday in 6 years. This is really the first holiday of this magnitude, a full week, that I've done, and I have truly rested on this holiday. Tomorrow is my last full day, and then Friday I will head back up north to Perth and continue my life and continue going after my goals and everything. But yeah, I've not had a holiday like this in a very long time, and I get why they exist now. I didn't think I needed them, but I've had this, and I've just kind of like, I don't know if it's like I'm reconnecting with the child version of myself, but I feel like how do I explain? I have let myself in this safe, isolated space of down south where there's very few people. I'm on an island, in case people didn't realize. I'm on a secluded inland island, in this beautiful house in the bush. And I've just allowed myself to do whatever I want. Whatever I want, eat reasonably well. Lots of protein, lots of meat, which has been so nice. There's been steaks and sausages and chops and just good food every day that I've been here. So I've allowed myself to do whatever it is I want for this week with very firm but limited boundaries set in, i.e., I do these recordings every night. This is my check-in. This has been kind of like my main focus of work, and obviously do stuff within reason. So if you're gonna like do whatever you want, but respect the space, take care of the space. There's a fireplace here, and I've been putting on a fire every single night and keeping myself warm and toasty while I watch Game of Thrones. And whatever firewood I use, then I go out and I chop up more firewood and I bring that in and make sure that the next person to use this house has firewood for themselves. So a little bit, obviously like baseline level responsibility, but allowing myself to do whatever it is I want. And on one or maybe 2 of the days that I've spent here so far, I spent like 10 hours of that day binging Game of Thrones, didn't leave the couch, and I just like it feels so good. I don't know how to describe it, and I don't understand it, which is probably a good thing. Because if I believe if we only do that which we are familiar with, that which we understand, then we will never ever grow into something new, obviously. So you got to do stuff that doesn't make sense. So I came down south to a holiday house and binge watched Game of Thrones and did nothing. Like, I feel so good. I feel so good. There's a deep sense of recovery and nourishment of myself and like being there for myself. And I'm keen to jump back into the work, whereas before this holiday there was a bit of and maybe I kept, like, if you were to ask me at the time, I'd give you some sort of clever label as to how I'm still definitely doing the right thing. But it was like this half-assed effort at acting, and when I was whipping myself on the back, going, "Yeah, fucking keep going, yeah, keep going, yeah, you keep going." But I think what's good is that I've decided to step away for a period, which is a week, and then come back, and then I'm actively making the choice from a place of absence to fill it with acting. I'm sure I could word that better. Maybe a psychologist would break down my language choice and say, but I'm doing the best with what I can. Maybe this vlog doesn't really make sense, but do I feel capable of doing incredible things? Yes. Do I believe I have everything that within myself to make something special of myself? Yes. Am I determined enough? Yes. Cool. Then don't stop. Especially if it doesn't make sense, don't stop. Get going. Don't stop. So term 3 starts next week, and I want to hit the ground running. and just do a great job. I'm coming up on about a year of making these videos, and I think I'm definitely trending in a positive direction. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not gonna pretend to know. I think that's gonna be one of my changes. I'm not gonna pretend to have the answers. That's it. That's today's check-in, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for day 78.